I think ASUS accidentally built the most versatile laptop ever. Meet the 2026 ROG Zephyrus Duo, ASUS's attempt at the ultimate gaming laptop. Packing up to a Core Ultra 9, 64GB of RAM, and an RTX 5090, all pushing two gorgeous 3K touchscreen OLED displays. That makes this literally the best laptop for somebody who wants one of those fancy dual monitor setups but doesn't stay in one place long enough for it to actually make sense. That's the idea, at least, behind the marketing. But I think the real selling point here is just how many different roles this laptop can play. If you're a gamer, if you're a graphic designer, an editor, a businessman, it does it all, or it duos it all. Thank you, ASUS, for that horrible joke. But honestly, it does hit the nail on the head pretty well because, of course, the gaming aspect, right? The RTX 5090, the i9 combo with that, it genuinely feels like you're running a full dual monitor setup right out of your backpack. It can play basically anything you throw at it at its native 3K resolution. And on top of that, you've got DLSS to boost the frame rate high enough to actually match the 120Hz refresh rate of these screens. And you're doing all of that while you're still running Discord, walkthroughs, Spotify, Shopify, Excel sheets, whatever you'd like on the second screen. There is one slight quirk I do want to bring up though, especially when it comes to gaming. The cool detachable keyboard, the gaming keyboard on the gaming laptop, runs on Bluetooth for some reason when you disconnect it. And I'll give them credit, it does run on Bluetooth 6, so there isn't an insane amount of input delay, but if you're a pro gamer, you might want to pick up an actual gaming keyboard when you're disconnecting it from the laptop itself. In all honesty, I think ASUS just missed the mark here. They should have included a low latency wireless mode for this specific keyboard. The performance of this device is exactly what you'd expect, but if it was just a very good gaming device, I don't think it would be worth the price tag. It's the versatility that actually sells this, because that very same GPU and CPU that makes all of these games run wonderfully, they can also be used for productivity. And I say this because ASUS really didn't spare anything on these displays. They're Pantone verified, factory calibrated to be as color accurate as possible, and a really nice touch is that both of these displays match each other exactly. It doesn't matter which screen you're looking at, you're getting the exact same color space. Think Premiere Pro at the top, busy editing your video, Photoshop at the bottom, designing your graphics. That's productivity, that's workflow. Speaking about Photoshop, this thing fully supports ASUS's styluses. And I honestly think if you're going to be buying one of these, a stylus is a must-have. Apparently, some of the regions actually have a stylus in the box. Unfortunately, ours didn't. Now, I know not everyone is a content creator. Some of us have regular office jobs, and this can actually handle everything of that too, obviously. The performance here is a complete overkill for most Excel users, unless you have 5 million data points in your Excel sheet. But unlike most gaming laptops, the battery life on this is actually where it becomes respectable. Now, cleverly, what ASUS did here is they used a MUX switch to completely disconnect the power-hungry GPU during lighter workloads. That's what saves it a lot of battery life. This thing scores 17.1 hours in the PCMark Office benchmark, although that is a very artificial best case scenario benchmark. Realistically, you're looking at around 1 to 2 hours of gaming, 4 to 6 hours of heavier productivity work, or up to 11 hours if you're just doing light office work on one screen, which is genuinely good for a gaming laptop, but it's still nowhere near MacBook levels, of course. Honestly, I think this thing shines the most when you're using its versatility in an office setup. Because of course, you can use it like a normal laptop, but you can also take off the keyboard for a dual monitor setup, rotate it for a vertical screen setup for coding, or fold it into tent mode and have a meeting. I mean, think about this. You're sitting across somebody in a meeting room, you see the exact same thing as they're seeing on their side. You have their attention while still speaking to them, and you don't have to huddle up closely together to all watch on the same screen. It's a massive win in my books. It's no awkward presentation on a random small laptop anymore. Something like that actually differentiates you in the market when you're pitching to somebody. Now, I've been hyping up the dual monitor display quite a bit, but I do have to mention the downsides of this dual screen setup too. And I think the biggest one is that there is a noticeable delay between taking the keyboard off and the second screen actually kicking in. It's about the same delay as plugging in a second monitor through an HDMI port. So I do think that could be improved, but I don't think it's an ASUS thing. I think it's a Windows thing. And also, it's heavy. This thing is beautifully made. It's all aluminium. It's got the LED matrix on the lid, and there's a really solid kickstand built into it. But it feels premium, and that has a weight to it. Honestly, I think Asus did a fantastic job with this device. It feels incredible. It's always nice and cold. The screens are incredible, but it weighs 6.22 pounds or 2.82 kilograms for the rest of the world. And that's just the laptop. A lot of it comes down to the cooling. I mean, think about it. A vapor chamber was realistically the only way to keep this thing powerful enough and cool at the same time. And even with that, Asus still had to lower the maximum GPU power draw to around 150 watts, which does mean less GPU performance than what you'd get from a much bulkier gaming laptop with the same GPU inside of it. It's just one of the trade-offs you have to make when you're running a dual screen setup. You want to make it thin, you want to keep it cool, you're gonna have to cut down somewhere. This is absolutely not the best value for money gaming laptop out there, but it's not supposed to be. It's built for a very specific kind of person. And if you're that person, there's honestly nothing else like it on the market. I'll leave a link down below for interest's sake to see what it's going for and what specs you can get at the moment. However, if you're the person that wants to buy this, or if you have an opinion, please let me know in the comments down below. This was Stefan from We Do Tech. We spend the money, sometimes waste it, so you don't have to. See you in the next one. Cheers.